Hello everyone, welcome to my video lecture on GPAT 2020 question paper analysis. In this video, I am going to explain the questions from physiology, biochemistry and microbiology. This is my channel. If you like my channel, subscribe the channel, and recently the channel has crossed 1400 subscribers. Thank you to the subscribers. Let us get into the class. Now, one of the question is, if two monosaccharides differ in their structure around a single carbon atom, they are called epimers. This is in carbohydrate chemistry. See the examples. So this is what is the structure of glucose is. Now glucose is 6 carbon containing carbohydrate. It is a monosaccharide. Now when you see the structures of glucose and mannose, they differ only at this second carbon position. What is the difference? The configuration of OH is reversed. So these two are considered as epimers at C2 because the entire structure is same. What is the difference? Only at one carbon there is a configuration difference is there, and they are called as epimers. Similarly, when you see glucose and galactose, see all the three has got same molecular formula, that's why they are known as a kind of isomers. Now in case of glucose and galactose, at fourth carbon again the configuration is reversed. So galactose is considered as epimer at C4. So epimer means there is a difference only at one carbon, and the answer is epimers. Next question. Following amino acid does not exhibit optical isomerism. You need to understand about optical isomerism. Optical isomerism is a property which is exhibited by certain compounds which has got asymmetric carbon. Now, when you see optical activity, see light from the source of sun will be multipolarized, or it is not linearly polarized. That means it will be in multiple directions. When it is sent through a polarizer, you get a plane polarized light. That means it will be traveling only in one direction. Now when you put certain organic samples and send this plane polarized light, the direction of light will be rotated either to the left or to the right. If the direction is rotated to the left, they are known as levorotatories. If it is rotated to right, it is known as dextrorotatory. This property is known as optical activity. Now this property is shown by molecules which has got asymmetric carbon. Now what do you mean by asymmetric carbon? A carbon to which 4 different groups or atoms attached is known as asymmetric carbon. Now does not exhibit means you have a symmetric carbon, hence it is not exhibiting. Let us see the structure of glycine. Glycine is the simplest amino acid which has got asymmetric carbon with 2 of the hydrogens. So glycine will not exhibit optical isomerism because the central carbon has got 2 similar groups, 2 of the hydrogens, and it is surrounded with a carboxylic acid and amino group. Hence glycine does not exhibit optical isomerism. Bond OH. C double bond O means it is attached to oxygen with two oxygens. So this will not be considered as asymmetric, and this is also not asymmetric. So if asymmetric carbon is not there, they will not exhibit optical activities. So glycine does not exhibit optical activity. Sorry, it is rounded as alanine, but in fact glycine do not exhibit optical activity. And now when you see the structure of alanine, it has got a methyl group substituted on hydrogen. Then it becomes an asymmetric carbon, hence it shows optical activity. So this is the structure of alanine. When you see is serine or leucine, serine has got a OH group attached to CH2, so it is also exhibiting optical activity because it has got asymmetric carbon. When you see about the fourth option, leucine, it has got an isopropyl group which is attached to this carbon, and again the entire part is isobutyl, and hence the carbon is asymmetric carbon. Again it is showing optical isomerism. So the answer is glycine, which does not exhibit optical isomerism. Of the following is example for invert sugar. Let us understand what you mean by this invert sugar. Now sugar is a disaccharide, the common kitchen sugar, which is made up of glucose and fructose. 2 monosaccharides will combine to give you sugar. Now this sugar is dextrorotatory. When you see the optical activity, it is dextrorotatory. Now when the sugar is heated in presence of acid, it releases glucose and fructose. No more they are bonded together like this. Now this solution will show levorotatory. What has happened? The optical isomerism is inverted. From dextro it is converted to levo, and this solution is known as invert sugar because the optical isomerism is inverted. The other thing, fructose is more sweeter, so this solution, invert sugar solution, is more sweeter, which is used in bakeries and confectioneries. You know, the gulab jamun, the sugar syrup is very sweet. The reason is it is not disaccharide, rather it is separated into monosaccharides, and because of this fructose it gives extra sweetness. So invert sugar is sucrose. Now sucralose, lactulose are synthetic sugars, and lactose is a disaccharide which is made up of glucose and galactose, which is present in milk. So the invert sugar example is sucrose. The concept is this one. Moving to the next one. The following gram-positive bacteria species gives positive test for coagulase. What do you mean by coagulase test? Certain bacteria has got this enzyme called as coagulase. Now the job of this coagulase is they will convert fibrinogen to fibrin. Now what happens when fibrinogen to fibrin is converted? Clotting occurs or coagulation occurs. So the organism which has got this enzyme, when you add blood plasma to it, it causes coagulation. Now this is shown by Staphylococcus aureus. You can see all of them are Staphylococcus species, but only aureus has got this coagulase enzyme. What is the importance of this? See, among all of them can cause infections, but aureus will cause serious infection like cellulitis, sepsis, pneumonia kind of serious infections. So in order to find out the serious infection causing bacteria, this coagulase test helps. So this is what is there, and the answer is aureus. Next one. This fungus, also known as opportunistic pathogen, and it is often isolated from warm-blooded animals. Now opportunistic pathogen. See, usually fungal organisms cannot cause infections to human beings, but when immunity is reduced, that condition is known as immunocompromised condition. Like in HIV infection, what happens? Immunity reduces. In immunocompromised patients, these pathogens will cause severe infections, and they are known as opportunistic pathogen. Why opportunistic? They are looking for this opportunity. When immunity comes down, they show severe infections. Among all of them, the opportunistic pathogen is Candida albicans. See, Penicillium notatum, Chrysogenum are the sources for penicillin. Aspergillus niger will not cause harmful, but Aspergillus fumigatus species is also again an opportunistic pathogen, but niger will not cause that harmful infections. So among all of them, this Candida albicans will cause as opportunistic pathogen. Moving to the next one. The acidic polymers of ribitol glycerol phosphate present in gram-positive microorganisms. These are known as teichoic acid. Now in gram-positive, you have a cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. Now this peptidoglycan flexibility is increased by this teichoic acid. So the answer is teichoic acid. Next one. In one of the following situations, metabolic acidosis does not occur. What do you mean by metabolic acidosis? The human blood pH is 7.2 to 7.4. Slightly alkaline. If the pH falls down, then it becomes metabolic acidosis. Now where do you see? See, the question asks does not occur. Now see the conditions. Diabetes mellitus, in uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, there are ketone bodies are there. Ketone bodies are acidic in nature, hence they cause metabolic acidosis. So this one is not. Now therapeutic administration of acetazolamide. Now acetazolamide, what does it do? It causes elimination of bicarbonate. Now bicarbonate is base. When body is losing base, what is happening? Base amount is reducing, so acid levels increases. Again, this causes metabolic acidosis. Chronic renal failure. Kidney is the organ which is controlling all these ions. In chronic renal failure, again metabolic acidosis occurs. What is the last one? Production of less amount of lactic acid. Lactic acid is acid. When it is reduced, it will not cause acidosis, rather it reduces acidosis. So this is the answer. So it does not cause metabolic acidosis. Moving to the next one. Which one of the following is an organ-specific autoimmune disease? See, all of them are autoimmune disease, but Graves' disease is very selective to thyroid. Remaining all diseases are non-specific organ autoimmune diseases which will occur to the entire body, but Graves' disease is selective towards this thyroid organ. So the answer is Graves' disease. Next one, which of the following is not a renal osteodystrophy? It's a kind of disease in which calcium and phosphate levels in the bloods are not regulated. So this is what happens in this particular disease. Adynamic bone disease is related to that one. Secondary hypothyroidism related to renal osteodystrophy. Mixed renal osteodystrophy, as the name itself says that. Now what is osteomalia? It is because of calcium deficiency. But renal osteodystrophy occurs due to both the ions one. So the answer is osteomalacia. Next one. Which of the following is not affected in respiratory tuberculosis? You know, TB especially occurs to lungs. Pleural cavity, it is a sac which is surrounding our lungs. Mediastinal lymph nodes, which is around our lungs. Larynx, closer to lungs, which is leading to lungs. Now pericardium. Peri means which is surrounding, cardium means heart. Heart is surrounded by a layer that is called as pericardium. So this is not related to respiratory tuberculosis. In fact, this is related to heart. So 3 is the answer. Mechanical digestion in mouth in which food is mixed with saliva. This process is known as mastication. Movement of food from mouth to stomach is known as deglutition. So the answer is this one. They are simply checking your knowledge about this particular terms. Next one. Following is the important sterol in feces formed from cholesterol by bacteria in lower intestine. This is coprostanol. In fact, this is a biomarker to check the presence of human feces in the grounds. So this is an important one. Coprostanol is a biomarker. So this is a sterol in feces that is formed from cholesterol by bacteria. Next one. A typical bone consists of the following parts except diaphysis, tubercle, epiphysis, periosteum. Look at this bone structure. See, the central part is known as diaphysis. The final parts are known as epiphysis. Periosteum, see, we have seen pericardium. Peri means the one which is surrounding. Osteum means bone. So bone is surrounded by a particular layer. This is known as periosteum. So diaphysis, epiphysis, periosteum are the parts of bone, but tubercle is not a typical part of bone. Now understand this question. In fact, tubercle are also present in bones, but not in every bone. When people grow in their age, in osteopenic condition, tubercle will not be there. So you need to figure out the most suitable answer, and that is second one. Next one. Mitomycin C antibiotic is isolated from, it is a straight away question. This is isolated from Streptomyces caspitosis. Next one. Now rosacea is a skin condition that affects, see, rosacea means if this is a human face, in certain people will get a kind of red patches at their cheeks. The red color appears like rose, so hence this condition is known as rosacea, and this is typically it affects adults between age 30 to 60. See, it affects in all the people, but most probably it will affect to this age group. So again, I'm telling you, in GPAT you need to figure out the most probable answer. Next one. Human serum albumin has a molecular weight around 65,000 kilodalton. Next one. Following pairs represent antibiotic and its source. Identify the correct pair. See, griseofulvin is from a fungi, not from bacteria. Whereas polyene, colistin, both of them are from bacteria. So the correct pair is macrolides are obtained from Actinomycetes. So this is the answer. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel. Thank you.